One of the women that I find to be one of the most significant women in their contribution to the Revolutionary War is the wife of John Adams, Abigail Adams. She was a woman ahead of her time in the way that she stood behind John Adams and had such a strong influence in their relationship in the way in which he found himself playing a role in the Revolutionary period. When we look at Abigail Adams, we see the quintessential revolutionary woman and then some. She stayed on the home front while her husband went off and participated in the actual revolution. His job was not fighting in the war like it was for many other men, but he was gone nonetheless, participating in formulating a government to stand against what they saw as the tyranny of Britain. And for Abigail Adams, we see a woman that stayed at home, took care of the family, and kept life going and helped support the war effort by continuing to have a productive farm that allowed for the war to be fought. For without these women staying at home, keeping life going beyond the actual war, we would not be able to have sustained such a effort well beyond Abigail being a role model of what women were doing to support the war effort. We see Abigail Adams being so instrumental and influential to one of the most influential men in the Revolutionary period. We see this wonderful relationship between John Adams and Abigail Adams, and we are so fortunate to be able to have physical documentation of this relationship for through the years. The correspondence that existed between John Adams and Abigail Adams has survived, and in those letters we see this deep and complex relationship, a relationship where a man and a woman came together and were almost one person in the regards that they drew strength from one another. We could see that John highly valued Abigail's input and thought, and because of that, she would be playing such a crucial role through her husband in the way in which our country was formed. It's clear that John found himself gathering strength and courage and his ideas from his wife Abigail. One of the things that Abigail is very famous for is the fact that she politically wanted to see women have opportunities and freedom and not just men. When they were putting together the idea of all men are created equal and we need to be a nation of free people, Abigail is famously quoted in one of her letters to John in their correspondence saying, don't forget the ladies. It's not just men that need to be free, women need to be free as well. Showing a true political savvy and that she was ahead of her time, and knowing that America needs to go in the direction of equality and freedom for all, not just for men and not just for women, but she's also known for her opinion of abolition. She was against slavery. She wanted to see the United States in its infancy grow and become early on a nation that was truly free. Abigail Adams is an amazing woman to look at in the Revolutionary period because we are so fortunate to see her thoughts on paper, and many other women of the Revolutionary era were not as fortunate to be recorded and seen in the light that they are seen in because of the fact that there is no physical, tangible evidence outside of oral tradition. So in the case of Abigail Adams, we see a woman that is well documented and is shown to be an integral part of the Revolutionary era